right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, always helping you win in any marketplace, making you a more informed consumer, making you more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We've got Jason Avery, owner of Avery Remodeling, Avery Construction, coming up here on the program, as well as special guest Chris Kaiser, Good Greek Moving and Storage, coming up. Before we do, we always like to feature our real estate listings live on air, part of our strategy to help our sellers sell faster for more money in the real estate game. So we got hot listings here in Tampa Bay. 6023 Beverly Drive in Hudson. This is another waterfront property from the Platinum MVP team. This is a waterfront home. You've got a boat dock, private boat dock with bay access, 1,856 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 3 bath. Updated kitchen with handmade cabinetry. All bathrooms have been updated and upgraded. Waterfront home with a fireplace, built-in security system, 36 jet swim spa, oversized boat lift. 6023 Beverly Drive in Hudson, Florida. One of our hot real estate listings from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We got another vacant lot available also, just hit the market, 17313 North Del Mabry. This is a waterfront property available to be developed and built on. Build your dream home here on this lakefront lot on Del Mabry Highway. This is in Lutz, Florida. Just over an acre of land, undeveloped land, Crenshaw Lakes community, no HOA or CDD. Great opportunity to own real estate. You can see all of our listings at PlatinumMVPteam.kw.com. All right, we got our friend Jason Avery back in studio, longtime friend of the program. Welcome back, Brandon? Sir. Doing great.
Good to see you, sir.
Yes, sir. Working hard, man. Blessed and highly favored,
Awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Getting after it.
So, did you see on the stream we got another award?
I like it. Congratulations, TBBA award.
Yep. Another best kitchen remodel out of the grouping, and so we've got about 9 of those trophies now from Tampa Bay Builders Association over the last 9 years.
Congrats.
We've got
that's awesome.
That was just right on top of coming off of another program with the National Association of the Remodeling Industry, and the Cody Awards, Contractors of the Year.
Nice.
So we took 4 different awards in that show. So I'm proud of my team, and we've put together some really great projects over the last year. I mean, we came off our best year ever.
Yeah. Give us an example of what's like a project or a recent success story.
We're dealing with a lot of people who want to build on additions, expand the size of their home. And so, I look at the little successes. When I was at a project just the other day, the architect that designed the thing for the people has, a structural flaw in the way the roof is designed. Nobody up to this point is able to notice that until I come on scene with my team, do a little technical review, and, able to pull out a major hazard that we would have had this home half torn apart, to then get walls erected to finally find out, hey, this doesn't work. The materials are wrong. I have to go back to the drawing board, literally draw new paper,
wow.
and then start all over again. And it's like, how many months of delays, come along with something like that.
Right.
And so just, being in the industry long enough, having the experience to see that stuff up front and save people from a catastrophe. It wouldn't have been my fault. I'm just setting up to build what the architect gave me. But not trusting a plan and reviewing the plan on my own, double checking the plan, making sure.
That's cool.
We're able to save people ultimately a lot of time, which is a lot of money too.
Yeah, absolutely. Time is money, that's for sure, and it's not fun time.
So we have this a very long Excel spreadsheet that I've created over the years on how to budget jobs, and it started off simple, and 12 years of updates every other month. This thing's pretty thorough and exact. So in my consulting world, I actually sell that spreadsheet to other contractors that are just getting started in the area, and I have to teach them how to make a good, solid pricing model. So I just coached the 34th GC now under my belt for my pricing model, and they love it, and they adopt it, and
that's cool.
Find good success with it. The last person that I trained just came back to me yesterday saying, I got to put my first budget in there in this job. Come check it out with me. Tell me how to do it right. And so it just feels good to have created a system, a process. It's exact. That's how I'm able to grow and add more designers to the team and, replicate the system so it's done the same way each time. Right. But it's just there to make sure you don't forget things.
Systems and models, man.
Some of these contractors come out like, quote, low prices to people. And then the reality is they didn't think of everything yet.
Exactly.
You know, my price might sound higher, but it's going to be thorough and accurate. And,
Right.
and the person who told you 3/4 of the story is now going to start beating you up with change orders as you go.
That's right.
You're going to pay the same amount in the end, but you're going to be really aggravated in that process of doing so. So
That's right.
it's all part of the building a referral-based business. People actually have a decent experience that they're happy to go on and tell that story to their friends. And
Exactly.
family. So
Yeah.
that's kind of the part of the secret sauce.
I like it. Avery Construction here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Jason Avery, Avery Construction, and he mentioned his consulting business as well, based on his book Constructing Success as well.
Yeah, it's on Amazon and Kindle. I got a #1 bestseller in business management with that book.
Super.
It's sounds like a construction book. It's coming from a contractor in our point of view, but really it's a book that speaks to all business owners who deal with a client's experience.
Yeah.
Experience could be short if you're moving company like Chris here, and you just move them from one side of town to the other and the job's done. But is that the end of the experience for you and the customer, or do you have a way to keep them
Right.
under your wing and become friends with them so
Yeah.
that on the next move they're calling you back?
Yeah, exactly.
And same go if you're a financial planner. How long is that relationship going to last?
Yep.
I mean, you put your money with somebody, it's probably staying there for a lifetime. Our world, we deal with people 3 to 5, 6 months. From the time we start designing to getting a permit to starting and finishing a job.
Yep.
And people have an emotion involved with this. It's their prized possession. You're tearing their house apart.
Yes.
And I said, it's always exciting at first. Yay, we're going to remodel. And then it's husbands and wives don't always agree about how much money we're going to spend and where we're going to put everything.
Yeah.
And, it creates some friction. So once we get past that point and we contract, yay, we're going to start. Then, you got to go out shopping for all these parts and pieces that you need, and we're back to the conflict.
Yeah.
And then once you actually get started, it seems like it's going to be fun, but I just tore your house apart. And you can't find anything, and it's dusty, and you're making your coffee on the bathroom vanity. That's just gross, You got to walk across a cold concrete floor and pull the plastic off your fridge and watch the dust fall away to get your midnight snack.
Yeah.
So, once we get paint on the walls, you see a smile again. And then it takes a really long time to finish from that point. You still got floors and cabinets and tops and electrical and plumbing trim outs. And when we're done, people are sick of it, really. I mean, it's like camping. Camping's fun for a weekend, but if you got to do it for months, it's
exactly.
horrible, right?
Yeah.
So we try to understand the pain points, and we try to prepare them for the worst and then over-deliver a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, keep people calm through this thing.
That's awesome. I like it.
So I brought you a guest, Chris, here. Chris is a guy that we've started to work with a bit. When it comes to moving things, if I'm doing a project, he's able to take all the contents out of the house and store them off-site for us and then bring them back when the job's done.
Nice. Chris,
service.
Tell us a little bit more about your business, my friend.
So we, like Jason's business, we're very referral-based.
Yep.
So we like to give a complete quote. One of us will come out and inventory the home, get a estimate of how much the contents weighs and how many trucks it's going to take. And then we give them a guaranteed quote. So just like what he was saying about the contractors that underbid, it's a big deal in the moving industry.
I bet, yeah.
Sometimes they won't take it off the truck.
Wow.
Which is, not good for anyone. And the police can't do anything about it because it's a civil matter. So you can either take your stuff and pay the extra or have it go to storage and not know where it is, and then risk it being sold out from under you.
Wow.
So we're 80% referral based. So the continued moving of each client is important to us. So we always want to do a great job and make sure they understand exactly what they're getting and what they're not.
Yeah, that sounds interesting, man. I like that. So the story of having to, get cops involved, I mean, you've heard that from other people, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Well, the most famous one was probably the wide receiver that used to play for Tampa Bay.
Oh, really?
And he was in Miami. And he thought he was being taken advantage of because they wanted an extra $4,000 to move him from the quote which he had. And so he punched the driver.
No way.
And he's like, you're just taking advantage of me. But it's not. They treat everyone equally. They take advantage of everyone.
They treat everyone equally as bad.
Yeah. So they underquote and underestimate, and usually it's a broker that does that. So it's someone the consumer calls thinking, they're getting X company.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're not. It's Y company.
Yep.
And then Y company comes out and says, well, we didn't give you this quote. It's an estimate.
Yeah.
and we estimated incorrectly. Sorry.
Yeah,
Now it's
exactly.
going to be an extra $4,000.
Too bad.
Yeah.
So at that point, the stuff's already loaded on the truck, or when they see that?
Often it is.
Often it is.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
Or it's made the move from Florida or from Arizona, wherever it came from, to here or to there, and they don't know about it until they're trying to get it off the truck. And they're like, oh, we underestimated. You know, usually it's the way station tickets or something.
Wow.
Like we underestimated by 4,000 pounds, the extra $4,000.
Yeah.
Something, and they're like, well, no, we have a guaranteed contract. It says it right here.
Yeah.
Well, that's with the broker, not with us.
Yeah. Man, there's so many scams out there, man. There's a couple of scams. I feel like I just need to say it while I'm thinking about it. So we had a friend that just recently, you know, this artificial intelligence now, and how they're able to take your voice. And someone like me, I've got over 2,000 videos now.
They can recreate it. They can recreate your voice.
That's exactly what they did, brother. So they took this lady's voice, called the daughter using her phone. So they did like a voice over IP phone deal. Oh. So it showed up on her caller ID as her,
and sounded like her.
And then sounded like her. Yes, I'm here. They're not going to let me go unless you pay them, or whatever they said. I didn't talk to them yet to get the details, but it was in the thousands of dollars. They're going to kill me if you don't give me the money. That's what that scam was.
Wow.
More and more scams. I just heard one yesterday in the real estate space where you know, and it kind of goes into those wholesalers, you know, the people that try to lock up a property under contract and then try to flip it. So they put it on MLS while they're trying to flip it so they can find a retail buyer. Meanwhile, they made this offer as like a wholesale type offer. So what they did is they would have the person sign a contract, and then they would allegedly falsify his document or his signature on an addendum that says, oh yeah, we can do all these extra things on the last page that he didn't actually sign. And then they have this bulldog attorney that, you know, if you make a claim like, oh, we're not going to do this, or we're not going to follow through, or you did something you're not supposed to, they would have this attorney kind of attack them, and most people would just throw their hands up and say, okay, fine. You know, they would get scared at that threat. Sure. So anyways, there's so many different types of scams or issues like that, so you got to be cautious, man. You really do.
And if they're going like interstate, like from state to state, they can go to a federal website called protectyourmove.gov, look up the name of the company or the US DOT code that's on the truck, and it will list everything that they've done over the last 3 years, both good and bad.
Oh, wow.
But, you know, usually it's bad.
Okay.
But it's a great way. That's one of the ways we educate our customers.
What was it again?
Protectyourmove.gov.
Protectyourmove.gov.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Awesome. Let's leave it there for this segment. We got to come back more with Jason Avery, Avery Construction on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We also have Chris Kaiser, total relocation expert with Good Greek Moving and Storage. We'll be right back here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show. Quick shout out to our friend Ramin Kazami over at Heights Soft Wash, pressure washing company here in Tampa Bay. Did a great job recently on my home. We were actually getting ready for a wedding that we hosted at our home for a dear friend of ours, and he did just such a great job getting the home spruced up, looking great. He can help you with your real estate property as well. HeightsSoftWash.com. Ramin Kazami, HeightsSoftWash.com. Let him know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. And a hot listing for this segment, we're going to talk about Pebble Creek Court in Four Corners, Florida. This is a 100-acre listing as a co-listing with the Meraki Group in Orlando. You have 100 acres here, prime development opportunity, $13 million listing from our combined teams, the Platinum MVP team and the Meraki Group and Keller Williams in Orlando. Development opportunity, 10 minutes from Disney World, Universal Studios, SeaWorld, downtown, and more, just about 10 minutes away. Great opportunity to build and develop. Where are my builders, my developers, entrepreneurs? Pebble Creek Court and Four Corners, Florida. And check it out online, consumerqb.com, and give us a call on the hotline, 727-263-3707, 727-263-3707. Online at consumerqb.com. You can also see our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, we got Jason Avery in the house. Also, Chris Kaiser, Good Greek Moving and Storage. Jason Avery is Avery Construction. So, Jason, what else are you seeing out there? Tell me a little bit about market conditions, supply chain, maybe labor force.
Yeah, it's interesting because we just came off our best year ever last year, and then first quarter this year, you know, the sales are down, and just sheer number of opportunities are down.
Yeah.
Now it's not that we're missing opportunity, but it's just not there.
Yeah.
Now the home shows that we start the year off with, 2 of the home shows we went to, ordinarily we're going to walk away with 30 to 50 estimates to do per show, and a good show maybe 80 or 100.
Yep.
We got like 5 or 6,
Wow.
out of the last couple shows. So
Yeah.
just the traffic, the volume of people coming, shopping, it was not there. Now, again, the people who do the high-end remodels that we do, they didn't run out of money. They're not the ones so directly impacted by inflation, but these are the people that also own businesses, and I think their employees are affected by inflation, and they're putting money on the sidelines, it seems.
Yeah.
And I've seen it before. So back in 2008, I learned that the remodeling business was a little bit recession resilient. After a few months, it came right back for us. And so, gosh, I'm hoping that's what's going to happen this time. But, unfortunate circumstances, as a business owner, I had to make a few cuts. I didn't like doing that because I just got done ramping up the team and acquired some good new talent. And sad to, have to end a couple of those short. But anyways, we're, we got to do what we got to do. And hopefully we can, bounce right back. I'm sure we will. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to make it work one way or the other if I have to go out there and swing a hammer.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening. We still got about 40 people working overall in the field every day. But it's a challenging world. Everything's delayed. And from the plans, architects used to have stuff done in 2 or 3 weeks for me, and now it's, 2 months, 3 months sometimes.
Wow.
Then you go to submit for a permit. I used to be able to get a permit in 2 or 3 weeks in most jurisdictions.
Yep.
And some of them I could just walk right through and walk out with a permit.
Wow.
Nah, it's 4 weeks, 6 weeks. Heck, I'm working on a commercial project in Hernando for my own purposes, my wife's new business, and I'm 4 months in on the permitting process now. I've had to resubmit the plans 3 times. They're taking a 1,400 square foot residence that had been rezoned commercial.
Yep.
I'm just trying to bring it back to life. 1950s home, make it look like new again. And but they're treating it like I'm building a brand new commercial building, and I've had to go out and do all this extracurricular stuff, deal with the DOT regarding a roadway project they got going, to get details on my apron that they're rebuilding. Go to the health department regarding soil samples over septic tank, and want to increase and triple the size of it. And, you got to have extra pumps to pump the poop uphill, and then
lift station.
We had to deal with swift mud. A 30-day process to get an exemption, basically saying you're not on a wetland.
Right.
Can't we look that up by satellite these days? You just can't zoom in on me and say, "Oh, yeah, there's no wetland, no pond or puddles there."
Exactly.
And so, I just the absurdity of the bureaucracy to get to the thing started. That's just again another one of the big delays.
I was going to ask you, what's the root cause of that? Is it too many people trying to figure it out?
COVID brought about a new concept in building departments and inspections that they've tried to switch everything to virtual. So now all of your submissions are electronically, where you used to go to a window, talk to a plans examiner face to face, and you could simplify that way. Say, all we're doing here is this little bathroom. We're not touching any of that, and it was really clear and simple to the guy there. But when it's submitted electronically with no explanation, and sometimes people are having, I guess, a harder time interpreting what's there, and then you get just a quick rejection. Doesn't look right to me. Here, send us back more information. And so it's forcing what we used to be able to create, like a small, simple plan for a simple bathroom or a simple kitchen remodel. You almost have to have an architect draw you an architectural plan. And then these guys are so backed up, take so long, they're charging twice as much as they used to. All the subs are charging twice as much as they used to. And,
right.
It's just, it's a different kind of world. We just had to adjust as we go and prepare customers for what to expect. You don't want to order trusses. Trusses are 8 months out. And if you're building an addition, you better have the architect design it with conventional framing and build your own, frame on site.
Wow.
It's if you want to get the thing done.
Yeah, exactly.
For the most part, general materials are available. There's not really stop-ups there, but some of the fancy faucets and fixtures and things that customers want to order, maybe coming in from overseas, some of that stuff is, you better find out how long it's going to take to get it before you send off for it. And you better hope there's not a missing screw in the box. That happens often, believe it or not. So, it's challenging, takes a little longer, but if you prepare people what to expect and you honor what you said you'd do,
right,
we will prevail.
Yeah, no, I've heard similar stories, man. Similar stories. The truss is coming in. Oh wow, let's change it. Let's do a different roof style. Mm-hmm. Instead of let's scrap that, we'll build it a different way.
We are definitely doing some, design based on availability kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's more common these days.
Let's get final thoughts from you guys. Just a few minutes left. Chris Kaiser, Good Greek. Final thoughts. Back to you, man.
Well, right now we're starting to see a big uptick in moves. As school approaches and the holidays approach.
Yep.
I mean, don't wait till the last minute to give us a call.
Yep.
Call us. We'll come out, give a guaranteed quote that if the date changes, we don't change the quote as long
Yep.
as we have availability. But Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day, they're all filling up.
Yeah.
And
Curious question is it people moving locally from place to place? I don't think you're getting too many people moving out of Florida so much these days. Do you have access? Are you getting people that are moving into Florida? Are you able to capture them out of state and bring them here?
Yes, so that's important to us because we
Yeah.
keep everything on our trucks, and so if we go to New York to drop something off, we'd like to bring it back
Yeah.
whole. And so that's where Spiro comes in. He's an ex-Miami-Dade SWAT officer, lieutenant.
Yep.
And so he gives police officers and first responders from the Northeast a special price to move down here because it's that important to him
Nice.
that we have quality, law enforcement and first responders.
Yeah.
So our goal is to always come back just as full as we take it up.
Yeah. That's smart.
But it's the only way to not broker the truck.
There's another company, I won't mention their name because it's kind of a competitor to you, but you can't get one of their trucks or vans coming from California to this way anymore.
Right.
In other words, nobody's going to California. They're all coming this way.
Yeah.
Jason, about a minute back to you, my friend.
I just FEMA is such a challenge for us out there because of the limitations on how much you can remodel a home. You've heard me talk
Right.
about this on the program a few times before.
Yeah.
But I got an introduction from one of the Pinellas County Commissioners that I associate with through a Chamber of Commerce
Yep.
to be part of a new advisory council that's I'm going to get to help have a voice now in how permitting and function goes within Pinellas County. And
Cool.
ideally to improve the system, make it more attractive, make it more open to development,
Yep.
as we try to attract more business into the area as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. We'd like to talk to that commissioner, maybe have him on.
I could probably
Him or
arrange it.
her?
I could arrange that for you.
Awesome. That'd be cool. All right. Well, hey, gentlemen, thanks for coming in. Great stuff there. I appreciate the insights on the market conditions. That's something we always try to keep in tune with. And, we've heard a lot of talk over the years about supply chain and labor force and some of those different issues. And Chris, great to meet you here on air. And, it seems like you're doing a great job. So keep up the good work out there, fellas.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for having us, Brandon.
Hey, my
Great to be
pleasure.
here.
Have a
My
great day.
pleasure. Hey, another great show. I want to thank Amelia from Gulfside Healthcare Services, of course, Jason Avery Construction, and Chris Kaiser, Good Greek Moving and Storage, and also our producers behind the scenes, Jose, Alex, Nicole, helping us out, doing a great job there. And we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness, do something kind for one another, be a force for good in the community, and please follow us online. We'd love to connect at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram, Twitter, at CQB Show on Instagram, as well as our YouTube channel now with over 2,000 videos. Brandon Rhymes Realty on YouTube. We'll see you next time. Have a blessed day.
You've been listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.